المحبة خير، ومن يحمل في قلبه المحبة والخير والعطاء يحقق لنفسه ولمن حوله السعادة والخير.
أقسم بالله العظيم أن أحافظ مخلصا على النظام الجمهوري الديمقراطي الشعبي، وأن أحترم الدستور والقوانين، وأن أرعى مصالح الشعب وسلامة الوطن، وأن أعمل وأناضل لتحقيق أهداف الأمة العربية في الوحدة والحرية والاشتراكية.
Mr. President, you have invited us to Damascus, and you have not given an interview to the American media since this crisis began. What is it you want us to know?
I would like to reiterate what I used to say after 11th of September to every American delegation I met. First of all, I think the American people should know more about what's happening beyond the ocean. Second, the American media, I would like them to tell only the truth about what's happening in the world. And for the American administration, don't look for puppets in the world. Only deal with administration that on people that can tell you no about the truth. Because what's happening in the world now is taking the world toward chaos. What we need now is we need to deal with the reality. So the message now is about the reality.
Tell me what the reality here is, your country is. What is the reality?
It's too complicated. It takes hours to talk about.
Then I will ask my question.
So let's be specific.
Okay. Not long ago, you were widely seen as a fresh, pragmatic leader, a doctor whose life was in healing people. Now, sir, much of the world regards you as a dictator and a tyrant. What do you say to that?
What's important how the Syrian people look at you, not how you look at yourself. So I don't have to look at myself. This is first. Second, it's about the system. You have a dictator and you have dictatorship. There's a big difference between the two. Dictatorship is about the system. We never said we are a democratic country, but we're not the same. We are moving forward in reform, especially during the last 9 months. So I think we are moving forward. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of maturity to be full-fledged democratic country, but we are moving in that direction. For me as a person, whatever I do should be based on the will of the people, because you need popular legitimacy. And this is against dictatorship for a person.
But you talk about the support of your people. You did have the support of your people, and then began these demonstrations, which I will discuss in more detail, and crackdowns, and you have people now who don't want you to lead. You don't have the support of your people, of all of your people.
You always have people that don't want you to be in that position. That's self-evident. That's normal. You cannot say that having the support of the people or the people support you means something absolute. You're talking about the majority, and people are against you. They're not majority yet. When they are majority, you don't have to stay in that position.
But you have people who are against you who are protesting every day. It started as a simple, not so simple, but it started with people marching with olive branches and with their children, asking for more freedom, for freedom of press, for freedom of expression. And much of the country now, sir, is not supporting you. That's what your crisis is about.
Yeah. That's why we had the reform started quickly after the very beginning that you described as simple. So we didn't play the role of stubborn government. They said they need more freedom. We right away had new party laws, new media law, new election law, new local administration law, and we are revising our constitution now. Showing your opinion, whether you like somebody or doesn't like, government or president or whoever, should be through the election, the ballot box. This is the only way.
If you have elections, will they be elections for president?
No, now we're going to have, first of all, the local administration election this month.
Local administration, but what about for president?
Yeah, after that, we're going to have the parliamentarian election, which is the most important. Talking about presidential election,
Yeah.
it's going to be in 2014. This is
People don't want to wait that long till 2014.
Which people?
The people who are protesting.
How much? How many? Are they majority or not? That's why you need to wait first of all for the parliamentarian election. This election will tell you, are you going to have majority or minority? Then when you can think about presidential election, but not before. Before that, you don't have any indication, any clear indication.
In 2014, when there are presidential elections, will you allow opposition parties?
That's why we are changing the constitution.
Okay. And if somebody else wins, will you step down in 2014?
If he wins, he's going to be in my position. I don't have to step down. He's going to be president. So you don't step down. He will win the election. He will be president. So step down means you leave. While if you win the election, he's going normally. He's going to be in that position instead of me.
Mr. President, you once had positive things to say about President Obama. Now President Obama says, and I quote, President Assad has lost his legitimacy to rule. He should step down. What do you say to President Obama?
I'm not a political commentator. I comment more on action rather than word. But at the same time, if I want to care about something like this, I would care about what the Syrian people wants. Nobody else outside Syria is part of our political map. So whatever they say, we support, we don't, he's legitimate or he's not, it's the same for me. For me, what the Syrian people want, this is the popular legitimacy that put me in that position. And this is the only force that can make me outside. So anyone could have his own opinion, whether president or official or any citizen, it's the same for me, outside our border.
Public opinion doesn't matter.
Outside Syria?
Outside Syria.
No, it's Syrian issue.
But Syria is almost completely isolated. The Prime Minister of Turkey, who was your ally, has said, and I quote, no regime can survive by killing or jailing. Jordan says you should step down. The Arab League, Syria was a founding member, have said that they have suspended you. You've lost all the support of your neighbors and friends. Does that matter to you?
That depends how do you describe or how do you define isolation and support. How did they support me and how did they isolate me? Isolation is not by visitors or by supporting by words. It's about your role, your position. Nobody can can isolate Syria because of our position. That happened in 2005 and they couldn't. Bush tried to isolate Syria, Chirac, Blair, everybody. They couldn't. We have a role to play. We are related to different problems. If they isolate Syria, Syria will collapse and it's going to be domino effect. Everybody will suffer. So they don't have interest to isolate Syria. We're not isolated.
Sir, they are isolating you. They have economic sanctions against you. They may have further sanctions. All of these neighbors, so-called friends, have now abandoned you.
Yeah.
So you are isolated.
We've been under embargo for the last 30, 35 years. It's not something new. But it's fluctuating up and down depending on the situation. Those countries that you're talking about, they have little influence on the situation in Syria.
Your neighbors have no influence?
No, we still have good relation with them. We're not isolated. You have people coming and going, you have trade, you have everything. So that's why I said, how do you define isolation? If you don't define it, it's just a term. In reality, we're not isolated yet.
They have sanctions against you.
What kind of sanctions?
Economic sanctions against you.
It's not implemented. They're going to suffer. The countries surrounding Syria, they're going to suffer. What about the transit? What about many, many other things? They have common interests with us. They won't implement it. Or they cannot, or they're going to suffer. That depends on the option that they're going to take. That's why I said isolating Syria is not something easy. It's not only a decision then you implement. It's not easy. So it's not about the economy. It's about the whole role in the political arena in the Middle East. It's not only about the economy.
You know, sir, that many leaders in the region have been overthrown. You have seen, I'm certain, the pictures of Egypt's former president Mubarak in jail, pictures of, in Libya, of Muammar Gaddafi killed. Are you afraid that you might be next?
No, I'm afraid that the people won't support me, Syrian people.
That they won't
But
support
I'll be
you?
happy with it. I mean, the only thing that you could be afraid of as president to lose the support of your people. That's the only thing that you should be afraid of. Not to be in jail or things like this.
Do you feel now that you still have the support of your people?
If you don't have the support of the people, you cannot be in this position. This is Syria. It's not easy. It's very difficult country to govern if you don't have the public support.
But, Mr. President, you have people an hour and a half away from here protesting. You have people who have been killed and people who have been tortured, and still they're protesting. And you say you have the support of your people?
No, you are mixing between the protesters and the killing. It's different. Now we are having terrorists in many places killing.
Now?
No, not only now. No, from the very beginning. No, not now. Now it's recognized in the media, that's the difference. But from the very first few weeks, we had those terrorists. They are getting more and more aggressive. They've been killing. We have over 1,100 soldiers and policemen killed. Who killed them? Peaceful demonstrations? This is not logical. This is unpalatable.
Let me ask the question again.
Yeah.
Do you feel now, even with people who had been protesting, that you have the support of your people?
The majority or the minority? Because you are talking about protesters.
The majority of the people you feel still support you.
Not the majority of the people are in the middle. Always. The majority of the Syrian people are in the middle. And then you have people who support you, and you have people who are against you.
Yep.
So the majority always in the middle. Those majority are not against you. If they are against you, you cannot have stable, most of the cities, not Syria, let's say. As you see, you've been here for 2 days now.
You feel the majority of the people in this country support you?
I said the majority are in the middle.
And
the majority are not against, to be precise.
The majority that is in the middle support you?
Yeah.
Okay. The protest really began after the detention and torture of children who were writing graffiti calling for your downfall. I've seen awful pictures of what happened. Why was there such a brutal crackdown?
What happened?
Well, I'll give you some examples, and you can tell me if you've seen them. These are some of the images and stories, and some of the images that I saw. A 13-year-old boy who was arrested in April. A month later, his body was returned to his family, bearing scars of torture. A famous cartoonist whom you know, who was critical of you, badly beaten, his arms were broken. A singer, famous singer, who wrote a popular song calling for your ouster, he was found with his throat cut. You have seen these pictures, have you not?
No, but I
Is this news to you?
No, it's not news. I met with his father, with the father of that child, and he said that he wasn't tortured, and he appeared on the media. We have to see things with a stereoscopic vision with 2 eyes, not with 1 eye, to be frank.
The cartoonist. The cartoonist who was critical of you, I've seen his pictures. His hands were broken, he was beaten.
Many people criticized me. Did they kill all of them? Who killed who? Most of the people that are being killed are supporters of the government, not the vice versa.
But in the beginning, what about the singer with his throat cut?
I don't know about him. I don't know about
He was a famous singer, a famous song. You don't know about it?
No, I don't think he's famous. I don't know about him.
You don't know about it? Well,
Maybe he's famous in the United States, but not in Syria. Do you know about him? This is editing. I don't know.
You don't know?
No. I didn't hear the story the first time. For the child, I met with his father, and there was a special investigation committee to see if there was torture. There was no torture. This is only false allegations, to be frank with you. That's why I said at the very beginning, my message for the media to tell the truth, not to listen to rumors.
Well, in the beginning, these protests, the women were marching with children carrying olive branches. Nobody at that point was asking for you to step down. It has escalated. Do you think that your forces crack down too hard?
They are not my forces. They are military forces belong to the government.
Okay, but you're
I
the
don't
government.
own them. I'm president.
Okay.
I don't own the country. So they're not
No,
my
but
forces.
you have to give the order.
No. We have in the Constitution, in the law, the mission of the institution to protect the people, to stand against any chaos or any terrorist. That's their job according to the Constitution and to the law of the institution.
The crackdown was without your permission?
What do you mean by crackdown?
The reaction to the people, some of the murders, some of the things that happened.
No, there's a difference between having policy to crack down and between having some mistakes committed by some officials. There's a big difference. For example, when you talk about policy, it's like what happened in Guantanamo when you have policy of torture, for example. We don't have such a policy to crack down or to torture people. You have mistakes committed by some people, or we have some allegations about mistakes. That's why we have special committee to investigate what happened. And then we can tell, according to the evidences, you have mistakes or not. But as a policy, no, we don't have.
Have there been mistakes made in this crackdown? Yes?
Self-evidently, yes, for one reason, because when you don't prepare yourself for a new situation, you're going to make mistakes.
Okay. Have the people who made the mistakes been found accountable? Have they been punished?
Some of them, yes, according to the evidences. But you cannot punish anyone according to rumors or allegations. So this is judicial committee, independent judicial committee. It's its job to detain people if they are guilty and to send them to the court for prosecution.
So some people have been found accountable?
Yeah, according to my knowledge, from the very beginning.
Last week, an independent United Nations commission who interviewed more than 225 people issued a report. What it said was that your government committed crimes against humanity. And they went on torture, rape, and other forms of sexual violence against protesters, including against children. What do you say to them? I mean, what I'm saying again and again is that protesters were beaten. Things happened to them. Do you acknowledge that? Do you acknowledge what the UN said?
Very simply, I would say send us the documents and the concrete evidences that you have, and we'll see if that's true or not. You have a lot of allegations now.
Did the UN not send you these documents?
Nothing at all.
You mean the first you're
They
here?
didn't send. They don't have even the names. Who are the rape people or who are the torture people? Who are they? We don't have any name. They didn't.
But they've issued...
Sorry?
Mr. President, they have issued this report. They have accused you and your regime.
According to what?
Well, according to what they said, it's 225 people, witnesses, men, women, children, whom they interviewed and identified. And that's when they called it crimes against humanity.
We are government. We have government. We have institutions. They should send us the documents. As long as we don't see the documents and the evidences, we cannot say yes. That's normal. We cannot say just because the United Nations. Who said that the United Nations is a credible institution, first of all?
Who says that the United Nations...
We know that you have the double standard in the world, in the United States policy, in the United Nations that's controlled by the United States and the West. So it has no credibility. So it's about evidences and documents. Whenever they have, we can discuss it. Just to discuss a report that we don't see any reality related to it, just a waste of time.